Alrighty, guys. Well, welcome to the CPL. This is a Coach Pupil League. It's a league that's put on by Laser Snipe and Python. And for anyone who is new here, it's basically a league where you get matched up as a newer player, or sometimes even veteran players who aren't quite that Ghost level yet, get put on a team with a bunch of other people about your speed, and you get hooked up with a ghosted coach, and then we go at it in a Team Link style league. Everyone tries to improve. It's a lot of fun. So we should see a bunch of fun low-level to mid-level games tonight, and I hope you guys all have a good time. My name's Doc Holiday. My co-caster tonight is going to be NinaZerg. You ready to hop right into it?
Yes, let's go.
Alrighty. By the way, guys, if there's any issues with the audio, please let us know. We didn't have too much time for a sound check, and so I just kind of was like, whatever, screw it. We'll do it live. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into it, and just let me know if you guys need any audio adjustments, and we'll do those on the fly. But alrighty. Alright, Nina, whenever you're ready, game is up. Should be, at least.
Okay.
What's up, Snowfru? How you doing? Do I sound a little different? It might just be,
You sound the same to me.
yeah, it might just be the audio filter that I use now. Nina has, or Snowfruity hasn't heard my, voice in a while.
That could be true. I have not seen you stream StarCraft in quite a while.
Also, Python, this wasn't my choice. It's 100% Nina. So, alrighty, guys. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. This first game, it was going to be Fazek versus somebody that I forget already. I looked at it just a second ago. Fazek versus Baal. And it's going to be starting out on Circuit Breaker.
Fazek is he's been playing for a while. I remember I would see him occasionally on Icy Cup, and pretty decent player from Hungary.
Okay.
Don't know, Hungary has produced some of the better players in, I would say, like the last 8 years or so.
I did not know that. So,
including Siki, Ace, Skyline, among others.
so do we know what tier player these are, then? Would you say these are tier 1s, tier 2s?
I believe this is tier 1.
Alrighty, we'll go with tier 1 unless Python corrects us in the chat. Yep, you were right, tier 1 it is. So anyways, let's get into player introductions. In the bottom left-hand corner, spawning as the yellow Terran, we have the aforementioned Fazek.
And then top right, as the blue Protoss, we have ash.Baal. And I wish I knew who Baal was, but I might actually know who he is. Maybe he's just, he could be, if he's in tier 1, he's probably played before.
If I remember correctly, he's one of the Primevals and like Diablo's brother. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, Baal is short for Beelzebub, which is Lord of the Flies. Not
Is that
the
true?
movie, that's true.
I thought Baal was a separate demonic entity, but don't get me mixed up. I'm not exactly a Christian pseudo-demonology expert. I thought Beelzebub was an entirely different entity, though. And then I thought Lord of the Flies was a book. I'm so confused. Help me.
Lord of the Flies is a book.
Is it a book about Beelzebub?
It's not about Beelzebub. It's about the evil in that is ingrained in people. So that when you take people out of the setting of society where everything is civilized and you put them into a savage, or quote-unquote savage situation, people become, they show who they really are, which is I'm just saying what the message of the book is.
So we're talking like Hobbes and like natural law and all that then, right?
We could be.
Okay. Well, anyways, let's get on into it. So our Protoss player going for a 1-gate expand. Well, I know, but we should go over the build orders, right? This is the CPL after all, kind of an educational type of event here.
If we want to get educational about it, there's two different things Protoss can do here. You can go for there's if you go, normally you'll go get 1 gateway, and then you get your gas, and then you get your cybernetics core, and you can get your nexus at 21 by cutting a dragoon, or you can get it at 28 and keep your dragoon production. I believe, based on the, if you're a Terran player and you see a zealot first, like this, it could be an indicator that the Protoss is going up to some kind of tech or some kind of aggression, because it is, I don't know, if I were Protoss and I was doing tech, I wouldn't even build the zealot, because I would just think, oh, that's going to be an indicator of something bad. So he's actually going to go with quite a late second gateway.
How do you feel about this? We do have a significant number of Marines on the way. Baal has a probe hiding up here, so he should be able to scout out what's going on if he decides to, but there should be a pretty sizable and powerful push coming out of here, no?
Baal's taken some hit. He took a lot of hits on that Dragoon.
13 HP left. Not so good.
Yeesh. Yeah, you want to if the Terran is going to push like this, you got to preserve your Dragoons as much as possible. Preferably pick off the Marines so the tank has to pull back.
Alrighty.
I'm guessing that's what the second gateway was for.
Yeah, another goon now coming out here to meet. Now we're getting a little bit of that Marine pickoff action. Hopefully Fazek can make it across the map though and do some damage here with this push. It's not necessary, I don't think, right? But it is definitely very nice to get the Protoss on their side of the map again.
If you can do, when you're Terran and you do this sort of push, you don't need to win the game or do a bunch of damage. The important thing is to get the mines down, actually, so that if, say, the Protoss player goes Dark Templar, the mines will be able to intercept the Dark Templar.
Cute little mine hit there.
But it can also keep the Dragoon numbers down, because if you kill off Dragoons, like you'll see this one dead here, kill off some Dragoons, keep those Dragoon numbers low, it helps to expand, keep out of danger. So now that the Protoss is stabilized, I'm going to go ahead and expand. Now his expansion's going up a little bit later than normal, which, if he's going to go 3 base, because if you're Protoss, you want to be a base ahead of the Terran. So if he's going to go 3 base, his 3rd base is going to be a little bit late. So the best options for him would be to either go for a quick tech here, go up to Arbiter Tech on 2 bases, and then take some more bases, or to double expand. Meanwhile, in Terran base, Terran has expanded, has 2 factories, has an engineering bay, is getting a turret at the entrance, which is always important if you're Terran playing against Protoss, because you want to make sure that you don't lose the Dark Templar. Also, by placing it close to the command center, also deterring Reavers, because the 2 main cheeses that you're going to see from Protoss are Dark Templar and early Reaver drop.
This is kind of annoying. The expansion for Baal is getting blocked by a couple of spider bites here. Pretty standard stuff, but I always like seeing Terran players, especially when we're talking about CPL, do this kind of stuff. Of course, tier 1 players are going to be miles ahead of like your tier 3 players and really be on top of some of this kind of more, I guess, I don't want to say totally nuanced stuff, but they'll be more on top of their fundamentals, things like that kind of get that little extra advantage.
Yeah, if you drop them on, if you have the time and you're Terran, just drop mines where you expect the Protoss to expand to, and since they won't be able to spot it, the probe won't be able to put a nexus there until an observer comes out. Fortunately, it didn't delay. Fortunately for Baal, I should say, it didn't actually delay him too much, because he did have the observer out and was able to clear up the mine relatively quickly. But sometimes it can mess with them. Oh, Fazek's gonna go up to 5. Now he's gonna go up to 6 factories. And typically when you're Terran and you do this, you're trying to end the game on 2 bases. So he's gonna try to push across the map.
This is a very nice observer scout timing, but it looks like it's gonna go down without seeing the factory count. So that's a kind of annoying. It would have been nice to be able to see kind of the production facilities and get a beat on what's going on in the Terran base for Baal. But 6 fact, pretty strong push. Do you think he's going to be ready with what's going on here in the Protoss base? We don't see too much going on yet, just a Citadel warping in here.
It depends on if he scouts it or not. If he can see it, it would be good for him to get a shuttle started so that he can drop onto siege tanks and sort of exploit the siege tanks' inability to hit things that are too close to them. Also, other tanks will shoot at... Like, if there's a zealot right next to a tank, another tank will shoot at that zealot, splash the other tank, and so that's really helpful as well when trying to break this type of push. But Baal did not have vision of this, and since he's only on 3 gateways with no shuttles, I think that it's going to be very, very difficult for him to stop this push, especially since how it was timed very, very well by Fazek.
Alright, so we have the first couple of blows coming in already, losing some Dragoons to just the initial Vultures here. Getting some really nice aggressive mines out here too. The tanks are getting in a really easy position to kind of start sieging up here.
Okay, so this is a really difficult spot for Protoss. Now, if you are playing on this particular map, Circuit Breaker, and your opponent's siege is outside of the bridge, the only option is to go around to this high ground.
Oh man,
the Baal is doing right now. But
this Vulture Micro has been vicious too. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's trying to...
Oh my gosh! And just like that, like the entire Protoss army is just decimated. I don't really know if there's really nothing at this point that Baal can do to get back into this game.
Yeah, I think it would be best just to congratulate his opponent on the win and go on to the next game.
Yeah.
I believe.
Alternatively, you could, you know, Alt F4 and then no GG, no re.
That's not how you play.
Alrighty, well, that was a very quick game 1. Fazek's plan just worked out really well for him. Very unfortunate that the scout wasn't very successful for Baal. I think if he had gotten that observer into Fazek's base, into Fazek's base a little more successfully and seeing the factory count, he might have been able to do something a little more to prepare himself for the push coming up here. But unfortunately, very decisive 6 factory push coming out of Fazek and totally ran over that main army. Those mines were gross, by the way, though.
Well, when you're Protoss and you get antsy about trying to break the Terran, sometimes you can make mistakes like that and end up running over a bunch of lines. I think if he had been a little bit more calm and collected, I don't think he would have tried to push through there so quickly. But unfortunately, when you have Terran right across those bridges, it can be a very scary thing because you know you're not going to be able to move out onto the map
Alrighty, let me get game 2 queued up here really quickly. Again, my name is Doc Holiday, and co-casting with me is NinaZerg. Be sure to check out NinaZerg on Twitter, by the way.
Don't do that.
Dude, totally do that. You're like one of my favorite. What do you tweeters? Twitter personalities. It's definitely a great.
It's
account.
not. It's a crap show.
Alrighty, Nina does stream from time to time though. Check her out on Twitch. Pretty cool, chick. But we're gonna go ahead and get into game number 2. This is gonna be on Polaris Rhapsody 1.0. I don't know. Do you think Fazek is gonna just roll over his opponent again, or do you think Bale's got a little more gas in the tank and just kind of got caught off guard there by the 6-pack?
I don't know. He seemed to be. It seemed like Fazek was better at everything at every stage of the game. That last game, so.
Man, that's a decisive judgment if I ever heard one.
Also, I turned off my dehumidifier so that sometimes when I have it on, it's really loud, and I was hoping it wouldn't make a difference, but sometimes it helps when I turn it off.
Oh, and with the mic quality?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and get into game number 2, see if we can bring it 1-1 and get the Bale of game number 3. Here we go.
Okay, Bale's blue again.
Yeah. Top left-hand corner. Down 1 game.
Yep. Gotta step it up. Of course, you know, it's best of 5, right? Or no, best of 3. So
best of 3,
games.
yeah.
You got 5 games, so.
This is that make or break mode for Bale right now.
Well, if he loses this one, he's gotta win the next 3, which is possible.
Wait, what? No, it's best of 3. Why would it be 5 games?
Oh.
Yeah, you goofball. We're in that preseason tournament, so it's best of 3 Swiss structure.
Ignore everything I said. Actually, I never even said it.
It never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. In the bottom right hand corner, up 1 game. Spawning his red Terran. We got Fazek. Looking pretty dominant in his first game.
So with this map, with a lot of the narrow chokes and... Oh, hold up. We got Bale going across the map. He might be trying to gas steal. So I'm guessing that's what he's trying to do here. But like I was saying, with this map with a lot of its narrow chokes and high grounds, I think it kind of benefits Terran on the ground. But it is sort of... Oh, nice reaction from Fazek, saving his
super
gas.
quick. I feel like a lot of the higher tier players, like the tier 1 players especially, are a bit more comfortable playing the Gaza style and holding the Dragoon pressure with the barracks and all that in comparison to lower tier players. But I feel like, especially in this matchup, the gas steal is so dirty especially when you're talking about like tier 3 players and stuff like that. Terrans having to hold pushes without their factory is just terrible for those lower level players. So I always love seeing the gas steal because I like myself some dirty StarCraft. I'm not gonna lie. You ever watch my games? They're always dirty. They're nasty as hell.
It's a smart way to play.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play smart.
That's smart.
So now Fazek's gonna take a look at Bale's base, see what's going on there.
Nothing too incredible going on yet. It's just a 1 gate expand so far.
And it helps to see this kind of stuff, like checking the pylon count, and because the third pylon should be going up.
And if it doesn't,
and
then it's a
if
proxy.
it doesn't, it could be a proxy. So you just have to keep that in mind. Also on this map, there's a lot of room above the naturals. So there could also be a pylon over there. So if Protoss wanted to fake a proxy, they could put a pylon somewhere.
Alrighty, first Dragoon out now. We should be seeing Dragoon range coming up here in a little bit.
Nah, it's gonna be Reaver.
It's gonna be a Reaver.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Oh my god. I didn't even see this go down. I heard it go down, but I didn't see it go down. Oh man.
Well, typically, if you go Dragoon first, you're gonna get your range upgrade as soon as possible. So after you start your first Dragoon, you're gonna start your range upgrade, but he started the robotics facility first because he wants to do Reaver drop.
Oof. Alrighty. Reaver drop is so terrifying to me. I'm so glad that people don't do it against Zerg. I can't stand it when Reavers come into my base and just annihilate my drone line in like 2 seconds. It's super frustrating. Alright, Mr. Probe, get the hell out of here.
Gotta get Burrow.
Never get Burrow.
Yeah,
Burrow's for cowards. My drones are manly drones, alright? To see some irradiated science vessels flying overhead, they just take it. They take it because they can.
Though. You gotta play smart.
Don't need to play smart when you're muscular and manly, full of testosterone. What are you talking about? It's the antithesis of smart.
I don't know what I was thinking. So the robotic support bay is out.
Playing smart's for nerds.
Yeah, if you're a nerd, you probably shouldn't be playing StarCraft. This game is for alphas only. Alright, so Fazek's going to go ahead and go and push across the map. By the way, this push, if you are a complete noob, this push does have a name. It's called the fake double push. Because when people used to go double factory back in the day, they would do a push with Marines and tanks and vultures.
This is an interesting decision to go back home. How do you feel about this?
He's got the mines down, so it's fine, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, I feel like with just the 3, well, I guess coming across the bridge, though, with all your Marines and your tanks, could be a pretty difficult thing to do. So perhaps this was the best decision that he could have made.
He may have seen something that it could be the fact that that when he was scouting, he didn't see the Dragoon range researching, that he was a little bit leery about what was going on. So they put the mines down, went back to his base. He's scouting all over the map with this vulture, just to see what's going on. I think he is aware that it's probably Reaver.
These mines are going to be difficult to sneak past. It's going to provide a lot of map vision for Fazek, and so he should know what's going on as far as, oh yeah, and the last hole is basically plugged here. You should see this shuttle coming a mile away. I'm interested on what the plan was for holding this this shuttle kind of back here for a little while and waiting for the second Reaver. Goodbye, Vulture.
I don't think it was a good decision because normally you want to get your as you can see, this shuttle has no speed. What you want to do normally if you go Reaver in this matchup is you get your shuttle and then you get your shuttle speed right away, and it usually finishes up in time so that like right after your Reaver comes out, your shuttle speed's finished. But in this case, he doesn't have the shuttle speed, and he got 2 Reavers.
Oh man!
Instead, typically you're not gonna get 2 Reavers. You're gonna use the first Reaver to harass with.
Man, this got literally nothing done. He took a shot on his Reaver from a siege tank, and then just took like the entire amount of shields and almost all the HP on the shuttle. Just instantly.
Yeah, it's got 2 Reavers at this stage in the game is really expensive since you don't have a lot of income.
Yeah, I
So
mean, we saw
losing
the
that,
timing of the Nexus was so slow.
well, typically when you go Reaver, you have to delay your Nexus a bit, but he also delayed his Reaver drop because he got 2 Reavers before he even attempted to do anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. That was really interesting. It's not like you need 2 Reavers to decimate all of the, all of the SCVs in like a couple shots here.
If he was playing Protoss versus Protoss, I'd be like, yeah, that's double Reaver. That's what you want. But against Terran, you have the 1 Reaver in the shuttle, and then you can put something else in the shuttle, like a Dragoon, or you can put a couple Zealots in there, and then you can use those. Like, you drop the Zealots are taking tank shots, and then you can drop your Reaver to, like, kill SCVs and stuff.
Alright guys, so we have a double tank drop coming in at the 12 o'clock now. Gonna be spotted immediately by a pylon. So hopefully, Baal has a proper response to this, but there's a really great spot to drop here above the natural, and it's gonna take a long time for all of these Dragoons to make it all the way back here to be able to deal with this tank. So we have a ton of mining being denied already, and Dragoons tripping all over themselves. Dragoons trying to fight from the low ground, not so great. But this shuttle might be able to help out a little bit. Alright, first tank goes down, second tank getting dealt with, but this is a lot of kills. That tank already had 11 kills.
Oof.
It's a lot of probes going down. Oh man. And look at this fat army from the Terran as well. I think we're at 5 or 6 factories right now. We're at 5 with the 6 coming up now. So this is going to be a gigantic push. As you can see, we have pretty much the same amount of production as last game. We do have a couple of Reavers which should help out an extra gateway. So it should be a little bit beefier of an army, but I don't know, man. That's a huge economic hit. Being able to produce off all your production and continue to produce out of your Nexi at the same time is going to make this kind of a dicey little hold, I think.
Additionally, I think that if you want to break a push like this, it's important that you as Protoss have enough of an army to control the middle of the map so that you have room to flank this. Because attacking it from different angles is what's going to allow you to hurt this.
Alrighty, Terran is now making their way over to the Protoss third, working down these pylon walls. We do have the Dragoons coming from behind, which I guess is going to be the best angle for them since they don't have to push their way through this little wall of Marines. But Dragoon numbers already thinning out. It would have been nice to see these Reavers potentially doing some more damage earlier on in this fight, but this Dragoon numbers are just absolutely decimated already. And man, God, these pushes from Fazek are just absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem to me like maybe Baal is rusty.
Perhaps.
But Fazek's been pretty dominant in this series so far.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say it's entirely Fazek's fault that he's doing so well. Like, obviously he's playing very well, but I also, a lot of blame right now, especially in this game, has to be put at Baal's fault for really not making the most of his initial Reaver play.
Tank drop!
I know, I got it here. We're at the 12 o'clock.
Okay.
1 kill so far. Weird hissing noise. Alright, I'll check that out. Appreciate it.
There is a
Herman,
weird
thank you for the
hissing
15
noise.
months in a row. You my man.
the weird hissing noise is gone now, but it was like, I was like, is there a plane taking off?
Oh yeah. I'm actually a plane, as my third job. Oh man, the CC now that Fazek's got the map control here, he can totally take this base, no problem. No threat from any Reavers for a little while. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think this is just BMCC at this point?
I honestly
oh my gosh!
say it's a really strange decision to take one here.
Guys, thank you guys all so much for the subs. It really means a lot. You guys are the best. Six Saucy, thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate it. Jordaddy, this is the CPL, man. Did you join? Are you playing?
I think he did. He's in the CPL
Dude,
channel.
I cannot wait for Jordaddy to come crush some freaking noobs and show me how to play Protoss, dude. Oh my god, this is so gross. It's like five Dragoons versus infinity fucking Terran units. This is illegal. Hold on, guys. We're gonna have to cut this stream. This is a little too, it's too graphic. This is a little inappropriate for some of our younger users out there.
But you do have oh, Bale says GG with a little smiley face. That's what I like to see.
This is maybe my favorite part about the CPL, is you can take the nastiest, most disgustingly embarrassed beating, but because it's all in good fun and everyone's here to just improve and have a good time, like, you don't really see too much BM outside of, the occasional Insomniac game. Alrighty, well, Fazek cleaning up pretty quick, making quick work out of Bale here with a quick 2-0. Very well played by Fazek. Not so much the showing that I think Bale might have wanted to have, but I'm sure he learned a lot, and I'm sure he's going to be continuing to improve once we get into the main part of the season. Remember, guys, this is just a preseason tournament. We're going to be having the regular season coming up here in a little bit after a draft, so it's going to be pretty exciting. Coaches